We are here in Czech Republic, so I think that all of you love beer, and we decided to talk about Plzeňský Prozdroj, because it's the leader of Czech brewing market with beer sales of 10.2 million hectoliters per year. That company cooperates with more than 8,000 suppliers and has a gross turnover of nearly 7.750 million, and the main suppliers include supplying basic raw materials.
So, as you already know, sustainability has two pillars: economic, social, and and we decided to concentrate on environmental pillar. So this brand is one of the leader brand in Czech Republic, and of course it wants to step ahead, to stick out of the crowd, and this brand takes some actions to be sustainable, to be eco-friendly. So our company has four main priorities that concern environment. So which of them are, first of all, reducing water consumption, then reducing energy consumption and emission levels, of course. The third one is the company is trying to use recyclable materials, for instance, bottles. And the last one is they are trying to reduce all the waste and to be as much as possible zero waste.
The commitment about reducing water consumption is to reduce the average water consumption for the production of 1 liter of beer to 2.75 liters. They have a technology called Clean in Place, which means ultrafiltration units can capture wastewater and purify it into drinking water, and maybe can be used for pricing. Their measures are saving water in used pasteurizer. The wort is cooled down in a counterflow cooler, which thus heats up the brewing water in an energy efficient way. And the instrumental is minimizing losses in both indoor and outdoor pipelines in the water management information system, which monitors the water flow on brewery sites.
And the last part of our presentation is about the packaging and their materials. So the company commitment is to use by the end of the 2030 reusable or recyclable packaging, and also at the same time it will be at least half made from recycled material. They also used recycled paper labels on the glass, as you can see on the first picture, and by that they can save up to 350 tons of new paper per year. And also Pilsner Urquell cans have up to 30% less carbon footprint than, for example, normal cans. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I have a question.
Sure.
How is the last recycling or refill glass bottles in your country? Because in Hungary, I think it's a big problem. We collect separately paper, plastic, but what about glass? Because theoretically, yes, but practically in Hungary, do you agree? It's not a very well organized way. Because, but in the nature, glass keeps original form for a very, very long time. How do you think, how it is in your
Yeah, but you know, they are very international, right?
Yeah, but
Which is from one
okay, in different countries.
In Croatia, we put everything together.
Together.
Yes, no glass.
Also the same way you have. Okay.
So you don't select.
We don't select. We have plastic, paper, and for food, and I think we have glass. Yeah, we have glass, but most of us put this all together. It's really bad, I know, but
Yeah, and for instance, when I go to the supermarket and there is a machine to how to tell it, I push the bottle and immediately come back, I refuse, okay, one more, refuse, okay, 1 is accepted, 9 not. So, what's the next? Okay, in other countries I'm interested in, does it work or not?
For example, in Slovakia, at the beginning of the year, it started like a recyclable system, so people can collect the plastic bottles and they get like 15 cents per bottle.
And glass bottles?
Oh, you can also put it into machine.
As far as I'm concerned, we don't have such machines in Poland yet.
They're just being introduced now, so in some Lidl's, in some Żabkas. But this is a very, very beginning.
But glass bottles?
Yes,
Glass.
yes, yes. But it happened perhaps a month ago.
Yes.
So you may not be aware of that.
I know that there are such machines for plastic bottles in Latvia or Little nowadays, but they just started to make it for glass. So.
Because I worked when I was young, you can imagine. Okay. So I worked at a glass producer company, and extremely huge energy needs it has. Around the clock, 7 days, 24 hours, keep very high Celsius in the oven, so it's extremely. And no real recycling, it looks in many countries.
But some Polish beer companies are doing that. You can like go to the store with like empty bottle, leave it there, and like then next beer is a cheaper one.
But anyway, in technology, do you know, when you use recycled glass, the new glass quality will be better. Like in iron production. So some old iron is added, quality can be better. So it's interesting. Thank you.
David wants to say something. I'll ask a question.
Do you think these machines for collecting bottles or whatever will work? What do you think? Do you know the story of the rats in China? There was a project in China, the government, it was plenty of rats in a town, I don't know the name, so the local government started to pay to people for killing rats. And you kill a rat and you brought the rat to a container and you get money. Okay? And you know what happened? The people start to farm rats.
And they ended up with
They had rat farms, they blow the rats. So I'm really concerned about that. To what extent do you think that people could even steal bottles and bring to the machine? What do you think?
So I suppose it's a great start to people to know that glass bottles can and also should be recycled, because recently the whole world have been concentrating on recycling plastic because we have so much of it, and some people really forgot that glass is needed to be recycled as well. And so all these machines, they really show people that we should care about both of these materials. I suppose that maybe in some years something new will be created and it will be more popular among the populations.
But Jane, can you see a business opportunity there? I get bottles, I can even steal bottles and bring them in the machine. No?
Maybe they should provide such an option that you scan a check from the shop when you bought this bottle.
I don't know.
Like maybe it will be a solution to the problem.
Thank you.
we decided to show you a thrift store, a 1981. It's this, you know. It's
In May, go on, in May.
okay. You can find vintage fashion clothes in that store, and there was one couple, Barbara and David, and they have a sustainable mind, and they decided to make this store. In their opinion, the fashion industry is got really bad impact on our planet and our lives, because it's so many clothes that it's not that we don't exactly need that much. That many clothes, so they decided to make that shop, and as you can see, also if someone used this, you can also put that in your wardrobe, like that this is their idea. And also they like their shop, 1981. Mostly operates as an online shop, but also you can go there and buy whatever you want if you want. If you are more likely to buy in offline shop.
Now let's talk about the assortment of 1981 store. So this store sells clothes for women and men, but what is interesting that 1981 store does not only reuse clothes but remakes them, and they create some new clothes from the old ones. And from our perspective, it's a great way to encourage people to wear secondhand, because they can feel different and inclusive and unique. Yes. And now we are going to tell you about women assortment. And I suggest you imagine that you are on a boat and you are traveling to a sustainable fashion world, and you need to take some clothes with you, right? And where do you take these clothes from? Of course, from 1981 store, because of the variety of them. So this store sells skirts, tops, dresses, trousers, and even kimonos. And what about prices? For instance, this kimono, which you can see in the slide, costs 599 kronas, and the first skirt costs 499 kronas, so pretty high, not so cheap as you can find at other second-hand shops, for instance. And the next slide will illustrate men assortment. I was surprised that men's assortment was as much various and different as women's ones, and we also should admit that there was a huge choice of sport clothes for men. There were luxury brands and prices. This hoodie, which you can see in the slide, costs only 177 crowns, because this store often makes promotions, sales, and you can buy brand clothes really cheap. So, and now we are going to tell you about the reborn, about the remake. You see how unique is this, that even the letter went down. Yes. So sustainability has 3 rules: recycle, reuse, and reduce. But 1981 store also created its 4th rule, so reborn, remake. And in this collection you will find some upcycled pieces of clothes, and they just remade, so you will have a unique opportunity to wear something different and to help ecology. So from our perspective, it's a great way just to make people buy second-hand, because they will feel like stick out of the crowd. And the next, our element is their TikTok video about their sale. They have a huge discount promotion this week. It lasts only 5 days and it's now. So
Tu tě zveme na výprodejový pop-up. Od 11 do 7 hodin si můžeš nakoupit přes 40% slevou. Těšit se můžeš například na levisky, crazy print košile, pánský džíny, šustákový bundy, oblekový vestičky, saka a kožený bundy. Stovky kousků čeká jen a jen na tebe. No tak my se na tebe těšíme a vidíme se na adrese Oldřichova 31. Už tuto
there's a huge variety of clothes and I suppose almost everyone could find something for it.
So now let's move to the next section, which is talking about the target group. So for the 1981 shop, the target group are mainly like people who like vintage fashion, and also like the face of the company are like Czech fashion influencers. When talking about prices, the prices are a little bit higher compared to other like thrift shop, for example, like textile house, but also you can find some prices like in most mass market brands like H&M and so on. On this slide you can see the forms of marketing communication, so you can see all the pictures like every social media they have, and also they have like Facebook web page and also like YouTube channel, but unfortunately it is unavailable right now. As you can see at the first picture, like Instagram, they are trying to make it really aesthetically pleasing, and on the TikTok they add everyday videos about the daily fashion inspiration, and also like they add video about the new collection. Now let's move on to the special features of the brand. So we think that the unique feature of the brand is that when you buy something, they will put it into waterproof bags. Then we think that another special feature is that they organize like pop-up sales with DJs and also like influencers. They also have their own brand of tote bags, and also we think that this shop is really unique because you can find there some old collection that is really hard to find, and also they do some upcycling, so you can shop their really unique clothes.
So I would like to talk about advantages of this store. So the first one is these pop-up sales. They attract new customers, and they are organized like parties with DJs, and also they have some special discounts, and also sometimes you can pay for the weight of clothes, not for the number of these pieces. The second one is that they work with influencers on Instagram and TikTok, and they attract more people to sustainable consumption. The third one is you can find unique pieces of clothes. For example, it's like Levi's from 80s or 90s. And the last one is they have a really good customer service. So for example, you can make a purchase online, and you will have a delivery like during just 1 day. Also, you can make a return in the limit of 30 days, and they have discounts for new customers in amount of 10% of the purchase. And the disadvantages of this business is, so the first one is already mentioned, too high prices for used products, so people will probably go to H&M or Zara, will buy it here. Also, they have problems with merchandising. So, like hanger placement is inconvenient, and when there are a lot of people inside of this shop, it will be uncomfortable to go there and to find something, because it's really a lot of stuff in just 1 or 2 rooms. And the last one is that location is really good. It's near Visegrad, in nice district, but it's really hard to find the entrance because they have a really little label outside. Like you can see, it's just, you can see this one because it's
courtyard.
Yeah.
You have to enter the courtyard, and then
and it's so hard. No, you're right. And it's so hard to find it if you don't have a map on your phone. So, yes, it's. So, thank Thank you for your attention.
Okay, guys, any questions? Have you managed to buy something? Then it will be the same question for you. There.
I didn't buy anything, but there were clothes that was pretty.
And what about the ambient conditions in there, especially the scent? Was it like a scent of like a warehouse in there, or like old stuff, or?
You know, it has such a loft style. This interior.
Yeah.
Yes. And a lot of companies are trying to make this loft style, so I was got to it already. And for me, there was no inconvenience. It was convenient, comfortable, no this office smell.
Okay. Barbara?
I don't want to make any more comments. Yeah, I think that you are very creative, because I didn't discover that they recycle products. I didn't know about it. However, it took me more than an hour to get there, because we lived on the quite close, but it's not, it's just my personal memories, it doesn't matter. But they sell these products branded, I mean, so every piece of clothes is equipped with a label, and I don't know what is this label from, so 1981, is it the, what is the meaning of that year? Do you know? Because now I think that I don't know, however, I'm not sure about this. It's just a question of my poor memory.
You know, they have a website and they have this part about us, but they didn't mention anything about this name. So maybe it's the mystery or just a random.
Yeah, but what is important, this is not vintage, but this is also not a typical second-hand. So products are not just displayed on piles. Everything is hanged and everything is equipped with a label. So that explains to some extent the level of prices.
And also I suppose the prices are higher than usual because they want to create a community of their customers. They organize for them parties, they provide social media.
This is very important.
Yes, so that people really feel that they are important for the store.
So they just build community around the store. Okay, thank you. So, any comments on the summer course, on the content?
It was great, but
Okay, thank you so
sometimes
much. No more details.